There you go.
All right, let's go.
7:07, I'd like to call the meeting to order. I think this is a working meeting, although it's been published or not published.
My understanding, without absolute confirmation, is that it was noticed.
So I'd like to suggest that after our last meeting at Earl's house, we've received input from multiple people. I've taken the ones that I've received and put them into one document, along with a summary and the tax piece that I wrote. And I'd like to go through those and then figure out what pieces we're missing, and establish a standard so that the other pieces that are missing can be easily slotted into this. And then perhaps one more meeting to do final edits and approve it, and then publish it back to the select committee to do with it what they want.
Sounds good to me.
And Chris, it may go to the school board too, and it may go.
Well, the select board can do whatever they want. I assume they're gonna put it on the town, well,
Yeah, right.
I assume they'll
So
publish
they
it.
would do that, not us necessarily.
I think our charge is to go report back to
Just
the
to them.
select.
Yeah, and then it's the select board's baby.
Right, because the budget committee should see this, and maybe the
Oh,
school board and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree, but I think our charge is to go back to select board, and so you'll see I put some report to the select board, and I hopefully addressed it correctly, June 2019, that we get this out.
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay, so I know you haven't seen this, but I've tried to plagiarize every written document that we've already approved as a group. So I'd like you all to read through this, and of course, I'll send it out via email and whatever we do with it. But please take a minute and let me know when you're ready to scroll down. I tried to use general terms so that we don't get caught up on, was it April 23rd or April 24th?
Right. So we don't know whether the April 23rd one was the final one?
I don't. It's the last one I have, but I
That
wanted,
sounds about right.
I wanted
I don't
to
know.
put that out to the group that I was unsure. So anything that I was unsure of, I thought that should be removed. I just highlighted it in red,
Good, yep.
so that people said, I don't think that's right.
All right, well, you ready to scroll down?
You ready?
Mhm.
So this is a direct cut from that April 23rd. So if this is the right version, this is what it says. And I cut and pasted it.
Okay. Okay.
So starting with LCDC and PB, this is my writing.
I think that's very good, this summary here.
No, was that a submit a final report by last January?
Yeah.
This January.
That's what I cut and pasted. I thought it was 2018, but
Yeah, that-
January 31st, 2019 was the last.
yeah, so we're overdue. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't change
Oh,
it.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what they asked us to do.
I think this is very good, this work status.
So I tried to highlight where people could go and look at the original, and I'll need your help on links and stuff, but, and I copied some of this from documents you've written.
All the
This,
steal from the best.
So, and this is what we had agreed on as a group, these conclusions,
Mhm.
so I did not add or delete them.
Yep. Right.
That's what I recall.
Okay. So, again, the paper.
Eric, you could go back.
I'm coming. Again, after that, I started writing again and stole language from stuff we'd published before.
Weren't they were over 800 that we had.
Well, I made, that's why,
Well, we mailed 1,624 questionnaires, right?
1,630 questionnaires.
Well, there were 815 envelopes, yeah.
Right, but we mailed 16, because there's approximately 1,400.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
So
So,
there's
I think
about
it-
1,400 voters, so,
Well, it says 2 questionnaires were mailed to each household, approximately 815.
yeah, so it's
So it says.
1,630.
Yeah.
Watch the rope there, Earl. I see it. Okay.
so I changed that, because I did
Okay, yep.
to 8:15.
I would say it was exactly, I think you can take out approximately, couldn't we, because
Yeah,
it
sure.
was 151, that's what we counted.
Again,
Yeah,
I'm trying not to be too exact.
No, not there,
Oh,
the last
last.
paragraph.
last, sorry. Down here.
oh, I see, in the first sentence of the
Yeah,
next
the following
paragraph.
summaries are written based upon 151 responses, because of that, we did get an exact count on, didn't we?
Yeah.
So,
Again, that's what I counted and saw, but,
I mean, they're numbered on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have,
So-
actually, we have them all right here.
Yeah.
There's 151 right
I mean, if we wanted to say approximately 150 to give us some wiggle room, or just, I mean, it says 151, I'm happy with that.
okay, I,
Good.
because we all have to agree on what we've reviewed,
Mhm.
okay?
Just an editorial thing, and if I'm wrong, point it out, but I think after it says resilience consulting and residents, it should be plural residents, comma.
Right, S apostrophe.
Yeah, apostrophe, thank you. It's very good, really well written.
That's
Yeah.
plagiarized.
Huh?
So then, I took Vicky's, now she had a lot more to write than I did, but I used her format, because she
Mhm,
writes very
mhm.
well. So I said what people feel about taxes and tax rates, because that's how she set hers up. I tried to summarize the specific data that was answered in the specific question, which is,
Yep,
So just another editorial, what people feel.
right.
Yep. got it?
Are you putting 2 noses there? I have a long story about painting 2 noses so that people can find a mistake. And then they can correct it, and then they all turn off their brains and they go back to stuff.
It's hard when you cut and paste documents, because people write in different styles
It's
and
very hard.
Oh, yes.
different texts.
Mhm.
Anyway, so I'm happy to, and obviously this can go to everyone to add and
Right.
delete.
One. I guess, again, editorial, and one respondent thought taxes were too low, period. New sentence, 8 people did not respond.
Yeah, because it goes on, you said because it goes on too long.
Yeah.
And also, the,
As apostrophe again.
yeah,
and then
same
it's
deal there.
Yep.
Sorry, where you guys?
The respondents'
Respondents.
comments,
Got it.
there you go.
So Vicky put hers in rank order.
Uh-huh.
I did not do that yet, but I just wanted to come up with a
Yeah.
consensus as
Mhm.
to what the group wanted to do. I put them in the order that I recognized them and then started counting,
Yeah, right.
because I didn't wanna,
You don't want to change the counting system, right?
so
Yep.
we can
Mhm.
change these easily if people feel strongly one way or the other. Now, again, the editorial and the input piece needs to be on what do we call these
Mm-hmm.
summary topics?
Yeah, so one thing that is a little confusing is the pie charts.
Mm-hmm.
So we had those pie charts and they showed, if I remember correctly,
That's the top part, the 101, the 41, 1 and 8,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
that's the pie chart.
Okay, so,
So then the rest is the comments.
I got it, great.
So, again, I tried to use
Right, I got it,
Vicky's
I got it,
input,
yeah.
and since I had one hard question that actually had, it's not an open-ended, it was
Right.
closed-ended, you had to make a
Right.
choice.
Yeah,
So I presented that
So,
first.
Yeah, I just had to orient myself, I got it.
and actually, just, how much more is there in this? Just kind of sort of scroll through it and let me just sort of see what's there.
So the next is Vicky's.
Okay.
Okay, so
then-
that's the end of yours?
okay.
So that's all I did, so.
All right.
Now, and before you jump in, I only, and I thought we agreed on this on the previous meeting,
Mhm.
only identified one comment from each person, because you didn't want one
Right,
person to
right.
have multiple.
Right.
I don't think if you add up Vicky's, she has multiple, so we may have to redo that.
So, it just,
Cause
Oh,
we did that
to-
same thing
well,
with ours
That's
too.
what I thought I heard you say.
but to that end, we do have, in ours, we did have, we break it down to one, but then there's one section where it was impossible really to,
So I have all of yours at the bottom of this.
Okay, so we'll get to
We'll
that.
get to that.
Mhm.
So this is Vicky's, and I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, I did too.
It's a little less quantitative,
Mhm.
so she had to group accordingly.
So that's just what she wrote.
It's exactly what she wrote.
Mhm.
I copied her table because I liked it. I tried to use the same kind of format. She rank ordered them, which I did not do, but we can decide how we want to handle that in the next week or two.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, I don't think
But if
that's
you add up number of respondents, it's way more than
more than
151.
151.
Right.
So do you want to make her or us, whoever tackles this?
I would think, just to make it all uniform.
Well, I think one thing you can do, I mean, I thought her thing was really well done, is just have a little asterisk that says, these numbers will not add up because blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, if you like the community and the rural nature of the town,
You get 2 votes.
Yeah,
So we'll have to
you're
come up with
commenting
some
on-
language about
Yeah,
how
right.
people look at these numbers.
well, and I think it, yes, we'll need to come up with that, and I think it's a fair thing to do, because, I mean, people can enjoy the community and the rural nature, and, say, nope, you're gonna have to choose one over the other, that wouldn't make
Well,
any sense.
It's not as binary as taxes.
Here's,
Right.
here's one of the things,
Right.
because we do have a section, and we didn't address it in our work, where that was, we're gonna have more than the simple number, and what I will suggest is putting in an asterisk, and at the bottom said, these numbers include some multiple inputs from individual surveys. Boom, done.
I like that.
Uh, These numbers don't sum to 100%, because,
I didn't put it that way, but
Yeah.
we
Well,
can change the language.
right,
Yeah.
because I think we wanna convey the notion.
Okay.
Some people said
So,
2 or 3 interesting.
Yeah,
things,
so
so-
we'll fix this.
Yeah.
Do we wanna, are we editing as we go here, or are we just running through it?
I'd like to go through
Okay.
it once.
Yes.
And then we'll go back and look at the
Okay.
missing pieces,
Okay.
and then we'll decide how we divvy up that work.
Okay,
So this is your input, and I tried to copy and paste it.
Okay.
I think the red should come out, and we should
Okay.
use sort of Vicky's header as to.
just not address methodology.
No, I'm sorry. You guys use summary and conclusions of development. And
Right.
she said what people like best about Lyme, and I tried to say that about taxes. I think we should
Okay.
standardize,
Mm-hmm,
what people think about development, or something to that effect,
okay,
just so they're all
Yep.
consistent.
All right, okay.
okay. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't want to change anything that I
Yep.
didn't have to before we sat down as a group.
Excellent. What people mentioned about development and growth?
I think is okay. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
think-
What do you think?
What do I think?
What people,
I guess they're thinking it. Sure.
Yeah,
Let's,
I think it's
leave it
fine.
about the development and growth team?
About- And then take team off, yes.
Yeah.
And then, what did you say? Blah, blah, blah. Then, I mean, it's almost like that whole first paragraph goes because.
So I highlighted in red, because I thought
Yes.
that should come out.
Well-
And I don't even think we need to say, here's a summary of the review, because we
That's
know
what
what we're
we're
talking
doing.
about. So, I mean, I would just take that entire first paragraph out.
Before I hit
I
delete.
know.
I know I have the back button, but I want consensus.
So what are we saying? We're taking
The
out what?
whole first thing should
All
come
the
out,
red.
yes.
All the red plus that final sentence in that paragraph.
Okay,
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Well, then again.
there's always one.
Troublemaker in every crowd.
All right.
Okay?
Good timing there, though, that was perfect.
So what I thought is maybe you guys could use the same table format that Vicky set up to
Mm-hmm.
make it consistent.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep. And we kind of do have that, broken down. I guess I would have a table for housing and a table
so-
for business.
So down below, there might be
Yes.
residential housing, senior housing, affordable housing. Anyway, you guys could create a table that would go
Yep.
below this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you get rid of some of the verbiage.
So this means we have to meet again?
No, you can do it via email.
Can we do that?
Well, we're just
We're doing
arguing, we're just, finessing the formatting of the data.
No, I know what we're doing, I'm just asking.
So we're not changing any substance, we're not,
I
we're
mean,
just changing the format, not any.
I think if we were to suddenly realize that, wait a minute, what we said here is actually not reflective of the data or something like that, we might have to meet. But I think if we can,
All right, I'll check with David and
Okay.
make sure. So we're gonna reconfigure this, is basically what we're saying.
I'd like to see a couple sentences like Vicky uses,
Mhm.
and then a table that has the number of respondents for
Let me
each.
just look at Vicky's.
I can go back up.
I got it here.
Okay.
So you mean a whole intro like she did here?
Yours can be much shorter, as short as mine,
Yeah,
and let the data speak for itself.
yeah,
But she has a very soft topic, what do people like? So
Right.
she had to,
right, we have numbers,
right.
and,
I mean, much firmer
I think
numbers.
this is quite explanatory.
Well, but I think what Chris is saying, if we have these, if each of the sections has tables.
Well, just on the other hand, let's just consider, what's the big deal if our format is a little different here? Is it really gonna confuse people?
I don't think so, I think that's quite clear.
and that, I'm happy with the decision. I'm a conformist, I love order.
Right.
Yes, right. And I like, I like order, I guess that's certainly the case with me. It's like, here's what people like about the town, here's what people think about taxes, here's what people think about development and growth. And each of them has the same format, the same style table people are gonna say, oh, wait, this is the one about growth, this is the one about taxes, this is the one about.
Right, I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
not having yet gone through the translation process,
Uh-huh.
whether Vicky's format will work as well for this.
Okay.
But I'm not
So, I mean.
saying yes or no, but I'm asking the question. I mean, I do think that this, this says pretty well what is going on.
Mhm.
But,
I mean,
I would like to see conformity, because we have a few more sections to add,
yep.
but you guys can make up your own mind.
no, I think we should, as a group, decide right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, until we try it, we
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't really know.
All right,
And
you
it
know,
doesn't mean you can't move stuff up to the comments that you think is lacking from the table.
Okay.
That's what she did. She
Okay.
added a bunch of context.
all right, so let's commit to doing that.
Try.
Okay.
Because in fact, that's actually what I did, that's how I broke it out. I don't know, oh, no, this was safely at home on my printer, if you'll remember when we met last time.
Okay.
And so, I think it would be pretty straightforward to make that.
All right, well, we'll
into the
work
table.
on that.
Okay.
So those are the three sections that I received
Mhm.
via email.
Okay.
Now, we have David Van Wee's Excel,
Yeah, that was,
not
I had
as
a
helpful.
problem.
Okay, so I opened it, I read through it, but I think we need to convert it back to a Word document
Yeah.
with some summaries and a table.
Yeah, I didn't get any
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
plan.
it was a couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago, because he's away this week.
Legal sense.
No?
Okay.
Yeah, because I went through it.
You can agree to disagree.
Then we can,
Did it come from David
I
Van
never
Lee?
agree with that.
Did it come from David Van Lee?
Yeah.
No, the only thing I saw was when he wrote an email saying that
Oh,
he
you know
he
what,
had missed it.
no, because I said, whatever you do, don't send it to Tim.
Okay.
I forgot.
That's what it was.
I said,
Yeah.
don't let Tim have a
Yeah,
copy.
no, I never did, I really didn't get it, but anyway,
so I tell you what, Tim, there's gonna be something from me.
okay.
You're gonna send it to Tim.
I'm sitting here right now, yes.
So if you could pull up your summary of our last meeting.
Yes.
I'm
You mean
gonna
the
put-
minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
although they're not official yet.
Yeah.
I'd like to put in headers
Okay.
for the missing sections.
Okay.
For the last one? For the last
So we
meeting?
broke it up into a bunch of
Oh,
groups.
I see, I see.
And I'm just gonna put the headers in
Mhm.
because we don't have content yet.
Yep.
So David's was municipal and.
Other topics. That's what, how it was listed.
Municipal issues and other topics.
Where does my cat school fit in?
1 second.
Municipal issues.
I can only type one thing at a time.
Oh, come on.
I'm not like you. Okay,
And then the last was school.
Yeah, Earl's got,
Yeah, I can work on that.
you can, what I did, Earl, I mean, I printed out, you know, from the, you can just print out all the, it makes it easier, I
I
think.
understand.
Then you don't have to look at it on the computer.
so does that cover
Every
the
question
5
you have
groups we
150
created?
One, two, three, four, five.
Yes.
Plus the summary.
Do you have the ones in the school?
Yes, that's right.
Well, listen, these are all the answers.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
All
a
right,
complete,
so what do people think about the school district or just the school?
school spending.
Or the school?
Let's go back to the charge. I don't think it mentions anything about it.
Well, I mean, the
Yeah.
charge, part of what happened with the charge is after the charge, there was a conclusion that we needed the consultants. And this this is information from the consultants, so it's not necessarily crucial that it linked back to the original charge because there was an evolution of,
Right, and
Input.
people clearly supplied heartfelt thoughts about the school.
yes.
And I tried to capture that in the budget piece with this one, 38 respondents. Now, this was only in the budget response,
Yes, right.
so I didn't go down and look at any of the other pieces.
Okay.
So it's just, they asked, they answered the first question, too high, too low,
Yep.
and then there was this response, what would you change, or I can't remember exactly what the question was. So this is only those,
This is the commentary only.
only for taxes.
For taxes, so Earl might pick up.
He can go anywhere through the document.
I go through the document and yank out school stuff and see if it can be put together.
Right,
Yeah, any mention of the school.
I understand.
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
And
Good or bad.
Earl, you probably knew this, what we did, we kind of read through and saw big themes, more housing, less housing, more business, less business, and then, so we got these broad topics, and then, we said, okay, yeah, here's another more business, here's another less housing, and we just made, well, actually, John was incredibly thorough, and he was right to do it. He actually went through each response and wrote
Well,
down.
what we did, we had the top line, then more detail, and then more
Right,
detail.
yeah,
Right,
no,
Ad nauseam,
yes.
yeah.
yeah.
okay,
Okay.
so, I'm willing to take David's, because he's away all this week on municipal, and try to create a summary.
Okay.
Earl, you're gonna do school piece.
I'll try it.
Anybody wanna help
Do you want
if you need?
Yeah, I can use it.
Okay. all right,
If you're really good with the data,
yep,
and you guys will try to read.
We'll figure out either by email, and if we're not allowed to, we'll have another meeting.
I'd like the last meeting to be approval and submission, so if we can do this via email, that would be great.
Yeah, I have to check with David, I don't know what the rules are.
Understood. So, my goal would be to have this all done in the next 2 weeks.
That would be great.
I'm gone Saturday through Thursday next week, so.
I'm
Next
also
week.
gone next week, but I'm saying
This
2
is the
weeks.
week.
Yeah, 2 weeks, good.
Well, why don't I get in contact with you
Yep.
tomorrow?
All righty,
So you're leaving this Saturday? Rich?
yes.
Yeah.
Because like, it ain't gonna change if I wait 2 weeks.
There's no new data.
Yep, yeah, please no new data, that was a pain.
Yeah.
So somewhere around the 18th is where we would try to do it, or stick to Tuesdays, if not, because we'd like to have Vicky, the 19th is fine. Anytime that week would be, hopefully we've all exchanged emails and come up with a draft. Vicky's also very good at this, so if she could have us sweep through it, she could probably help us,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. So tentatively meet on the 18th, or?
I'd like to suggest that, but that's a
Yeah.
Tuesday, and if Vicky can't come, I think we should try to
Right.
do a doodle poll and do 18, 19, and
Yeah,
20.
Tuesdays are very difficult for me.
Okay.
Tuesday, so when's our next?
It's a week from
The
Thursday.
13th?
A week from this Thursday.
Oh, so this will be after that.
That's
This will be the week after that. Okay.
So maybe the 19th, maybe we can do a
A
I'll
Wednesday?
do a doodle poll for
With the
all 3
19th.
days,
okay,
and,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. Hopefully it ends up Wednesday.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Okay. I have saved this as Rev B,
okay,
with the edits that we just did and these 2 empty topics.
okay.
I'm gonna send it to the 5 of us, or I can send it to the whole group, it may confuse them, but
Well, you should certainly send it to Vicky, she's working on it.
and David.
And David,
Okay.
yeah.
Is
Okay,
that?
well, I'll include everybody, and I'll just say
Yeah.
if you're confused, give us a call,
Mhm, mhm.
okay? And then you'll follow up with a doodle poll,
Yes.
and we'll make sure that a select board member attends the final meeting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Done.
idea, yeah.
And your action item is to check with David, make sure we can email this
Right.
Rev B, C, and D over the next 2 weeks,
David, and we have to
schedule a meeting.
schedule the meeting, we have to approve the minutes?
I don't think we have a quorum, so I think we should do that
Okay.
next meeting.
No. So David, the process, okay. All right, fabulous. Thank you, you did a
Yeah.
Beautiful job there.
Yeah.
I did not do David's. Want to make sure we're on the same format.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Okay, this will come out early in the morning, because I'm much better in the morning.
Okay.
And thank you all, and we'll adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you all. Thank you for all your work.
Yeah,
All the
Rich.
data and the formats and the links are incredible.
Rich, and your hourly rate is fantastic.
I know. I'm gonna work on that. That's-
Thank you, Earl.
Thank you, Earl. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, since I haven't really been this involved with it, when's a good time to?
Can we do this one, we don't spend another hour here?
No.
No, it's not to you.
I had a meeting last
No,
night, and a
okay.
meeting tonight,
And you?
and then, yeah,
Yeah, no, I haven't been for a while.
unfortunately, we don't have a meeting, but this week we're gonna have
Let's see, let me
three.
look at what my schedule looks like.
3 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Unfortunately, we don't have one this
I joined this committee 2 years ago to try to meet people,
What's
I was new to
easiest way
Lyme. I feel like I've met the same 10 people over and over and over again.
week.
So,
But you're not really new to Lyme.
There's been
You
a
were
summary
here a
of
long time
the
ago.
stuff that you put together, right? That we
yeah,
got?
When I was in
that
grade school.
webpage,
I guess there has been a few changes.
you know, which,
You think?
Yeah.
which is what Tim printed out, but there's just
Yeah.
2 of us. And we can go through and just say,
Yeah, so you were here, was that in the
oh, this is the
I
hard top.
graduated from the Lyme
Well,
School
yeah,
in
knowing
1976.
Mm-hmm.
Procrastination.
So high school 80 and college 84.
Yeah, I was living in Norfolk.
Yeah, exactly,
You
exactly.
were here,
So-
you were here in grade school.
I'd meet people like Rusty Estes, who's my
As far as I know,
basketball
Thursday's
coach
completely open.
in town.
Okay.
A Couple of the guys in town give me black eyes,
Start-
you know, I know a bunch of the locals.
10 o'clock.
Good, buddy.
Nine.
We can look them up now.
Right.
Yes, right.
Remember me?
I will let you know if that doesn't work, then the calendar will-
Okay.
So you were here just for grades?
Yeah.
And then,
If we could.
Then we
I think
moved
should
to
go.
when my dad worked for Dartmouth for a while, and then he worked for Brown University, so I went to high school down in Rhode Island. And then I came back up to college here.
No existence or whatever.
So that's why I know a little bit about Lyme.
yeah, well, and then you've been back for what,
Good.
4 years, 5 years?
My wife has, but I've only been back for 2. I just retired 2 years ago,
So you were traveling a lot.
every week.
Do you play the clarinet?
I do not. I held a saxophone.
Well, now you're here, you can just take the ball
you just
down and
Nope, I.
Saxophone.
The budget committee's gonna be full time.
painted, are you on the?
Because all options
Yeah.
are the same thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I see, I hear a lot about the budget
Changes.
because Wilkes is on the budget
Yeah,
committee,
no,
so he tells me a lot of stuff. I was on the budget committee for 3 years,
Uh-huh.
I am
about
not a.
8 years ago, I think. But it's interesting, because back then, Judy was still the chairman, but back then, it was kind of crazy.
I'll
because
probably-
The budget committee didn't,
Thank you,
I'll
Earl.
probably drop you an email
it was like a
saying
rubber stamp.
Thursday's
And I get to
okay.
the point where, I mean, I was on the.
Just so you know, I
planning board
remember
too, and I said,
between
"This
here
isn't working."
and then-
No, there's no point in doing this,
Terrific.
because the budget committee was
Thank
doing
you, Earl.
nothing, they would just approve, really weren't questioning anything. But I think it's changed from what I hear, Luke saying, that the budget committee is actually doing more now, and they're looking at things and making recommendations, more than
We
they
certainly
did.
look at more.
Yeah, more than they did
We've
before.
yet to reject things, but
Well, yeah.
at least we're looking now.
Good night,
Kids?
John.